Hi everyone, I'm here with Lydia Rodriguez, and she is our leasing agent. She's been with us for how long?
A year.
Just about a year.
Yes.
Yeah. Big year anniversary coming up, and we're really appreciative and grateful for her joining our team. We used to have more vacancies than we should, and it used to take a longer time to really fill the units, longer than it probably should. It wasn't horrible, but we were really looking to improve that aspect of our business. And we were introduced to Lydia. She's been such a breath of fresh air on our team, and the amount of time that it's taken to lease units has been decreased significantly. And she's just been a breath of fresh air. She's really our vacancies have just gone down significantly. So I thought it'd be great to introduce Lydia to our community, our investors, our people in our network, folks watching this video. But I also wanted to pick Lydia's brain a little bit, because whether you're managing 1 unit or you're managing 10 units, or you're managing 300 units or however many units, leasing your unit is critical to your cash flow, to everything, and getting the right tenants in your assets. So first question I thought would be really helpful is, you list the property, and there's a lot of ways to do that. Maybe that's a great topic for the future, but you list the property, you start marketing the property, you start receiving interest. And I wanted to ask Lydia, what's the first thing that you do when you list that property and you start to get calls that come in or emails that come in? So what's your process look like when you're trying to figure out and make sure you're spending the time appropriate for people that could be qualified?
Okay, thanks, Liz. So when I first list the properties, I get emails, text, and then phone calls. So right away, it's important for you to get back to that client. And then after I get back to them, I ask them series of questions, and to make sure we got the right tenant, and that's going to take with us a long time. So then I will ask them, are you working? How much money do you bring on a monthly basis? And they kind of like, at the beginning it's a little like hard to get stuff out of them, but right away when you tell them why, then they really want the apartment, and they start even volunteer of other stuff like, yes, I'm moving, and then I said, do you have any evictions, because that's important. Why are you moving? Sometimes they're relocating. So that's very important question, because then you get to know why are they moving. Are they going to stay here for a long time? How much money do you bring on a monthly basis? And then they say, why do you need to know that? Then you say, you need to be able to afford the place. So it's very important for us to know that.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so I would imagine when you started, you had the script in front of you, so you hit all the questions. Now it's
natural.
Now it's natural. So if you're getting into this business and you're new, have a script put together of like the 6 or 7 questions that you want to ask, and make it consistent. We also have rental standards written down. So we have our standards of what we're looking for in terms of qualified tenants. And Lydia really uses those questions, really took those standards and created questions out of them, which is wonderful. And I'm sure some people, after asking those questions, decide not to meet you to see the apartment, because the last thing you want to do is waste your time, right, with people who may not have the qualifications right ahead of time. So I thought it was also interesting. There's always a discussion on, do you set appointments up with tenants, or do you hold open houses? So I thought I would ask you that question too. What has been your strategy, and what seems to be a better strategy, I guess, because you're busy, right? Not only is Lydia doing this for our team, but she's also helping other investors. She's got a full time. She's a busy lady, so she doesn't have time just to be meeting anyone about anything. So I'm just curious about that.
The strategy is that you need to make an open house. I used to start them with Saturdays, and that didn't work very well, because people are busy. Like, they work the whole weekend. Saturday comes, they want to do the laundry, their food shopping. Sunday is more relaxing after church. So I always put like 1 o'clock, and that's a perfect time. After 1, then I start showing the houses.
Okay, that's great. How long are your open houses for? Like
1 hour. I give it an hour.
Okay, because you also want to create some competitive sense. So in other words, if you have 2 hours, then people might come through and they're not seeing other people. But if a number of people come, especially right when it starts usually, people feel that sense of I want something that other people want, right?
Yeah, they
There's
usually
something about that.
yes, and they usually want to like come on time. Some of them come before because they really want the house. So then it's important thing that you let them know that it's going to be an open house, so people know ahead of time that it's an open house. One time I forgot to say that, and then what happens is people start saying, "Oh my God, I thought I was going to get the one-on-one attention." So that might, lead them off. So it's better that you be upfront and tell them that it's an open house and, anybody can come.
And the last thing we'll end on too is follow-up. So after the open house is over, what do you usually do in terms of follow-up with the people do you have them sign in?
Yes.
And what do you typically do?
I have a sign-in list, and usually it says comments. So either they like the place, they're going to go for it, so I call them back. I say, well, what do you think? Did you make a decision?
End of the day or the next day, or how long do you usually wait to call people back?
If it's like Sunday 1 o'clock, I'll wait until the next day.
Okay.
It's better next day, give them a chance to,
Digest
think it
it.
over and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I ask, are you interested? Are you going to apply? And, usually they're pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I just can't recommend enough for people, again, wherever you are in your business of real estate investing, is to have somebody on your team who focuses on leasing. I mean, it really needs special attention. It needs special focus. And it's probably been one of the best things that we've done in the last year. So I hope this has been helpful. I really wanted to introduce Lydia to all of you. And thanks for watching this.